Good afternoon, everybody. Doug Jenkins with the Findlay Hancock County Chamber of Commerce. Celebrating member anniversaries today. Eric Short from Simona PMC joining us 5 years into your chamber membership. Eric, thanks for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you, Doug. Thank you.
So let's get people familiar with Simona PMC and how long you've been in Findlay and what you do.
So Simona PMC, Doug, we are a plastic sheet extruder, and we make plastic sheets for the industrial thermoforming market. A lot of our materials find their way into applications that are thermoformed by our customer. They go into markets like RV, heavy truck, marine, pool and spa, agricultural equipment, just to name a few.
That's interesting. We hear a lot about where Findlay is located, especially when it comes to the automotive supply chain. Is very beneficial to third-party manufacturers or people who are doing you'll ship it to whoever the maker be, whether it's a Honda or whoever, and it goes from there. What's been your experience in that role on kind of the supply chain?
For sure. Yeah, I've been in the plastics industry professionally going back to the early 90s, and certainly the Midwest has really been the epicenter of almost all plastic processes because of a skilled technical workforce. Some of the supply base is centrally located, and then the customers, particularly our largest area of concentration for customers is in that northern Indiana, eastern Illinois, southeastern Wisconsin. But we have them all over North America, Canada and Mexico included.
And access to them within a day, if not shorter than that, just with the logistics the way they are here in Findlay. As far as Findlay operations have gone, how have they evolved over the years?
So I joined the company going back to 2011. This year, we actually celebrate our 20-year anniversary as a company. So it goes back to 2003. But the Findlay evolution, as we experienced it, obviously it's a great place. I'm a Michigan native. I moved down in 2013, but I mean, you have everything here. You've got a solid workforce, proximity to some major highways. We certainly love it and contribute back to the community the best we can.
Yeah, we have everything here except for a football team that beats your native land on a regular basis anymore.
Well, so, I'm non-denominational. I married a Buckeye. I'm not a Wolverine, so we're amongst friends.
All right. We can continue with that. You talked about workforce and having a strong workforce in the Midwest, something that obviously we're all very proud of here. That's, I have to imagine, an area that continues to grow for you there too, as demand continues to grow.
Absolutely. We this year marks a 2-year project where Simona Corporate, based out of Kiel, Germany, invested over $10 million for us to renovate the facility, add capacity. And that was really in response to us having our best year in 2022.
When it comes to just being involved in the community, where are the areas where Simona likes to be focused at?
We certainly, charity is something I recognized when moving here, how strong it is in this area, particularly. So right away, we were immediate participants in the United Way campaign. We just wrapped up our 2024 campaign where we raised about $16,000. And a lot of that's a strong participation from our workforce, from entry level all the way up. And Simona's been great. They match dollar for dollar. So we're happy to continue to do that annually. And then we also work with workforce development, with Raise the Bar. We were one of the first companies to employ a apprenticeship cohort out of the Ohio FAME, which is now RAMP. And several of our employees participate in their own volunteer work personally, and even a few sit on some local company boards.
I'm curious what your experience with having an apprenticeship program has been like. We've seen more and more companies start to add this to their repertoire. It feels like it's a really good way to solidify that employment pipeline.
Yeah, particularly in areas where we've got unique skill sets, like our plastic sheet extrusion operator is not something that you can hire right out of college or vocational school. It's a lot of on-the-job training. But we've identified some skill set that if we can help share that with academia or some of the trade school programs where we can help develop either their curriculum or better yet individuals, and so that they're ready to hit the ground running, and we don't really need that 2, 3, 4 year time period for them to get fully acclimated.
I have to imagine that's another advantage of doing business in the area. There's no shortage of colleges or technical programs or anything to find partnerships with.
There's certainly a lot of great support. It's just it being a popular area, you tend to compete heavily for good people, which is, I guess, a great sign.
So when you look at the next 20 years for Simona, what are the things that what are the things that excite you about where the industry is headed or where the business is headed?
Well, this last year's been a little bit of a correction. I mean, most of our major segments, like I mentioned, are in a bit of a destocking or a cool down from a real heavily robust 21, 22. So obviously in the short term, we're looking to take our added capacity, get that filled up. But we're fairly landlocked here. So for us, our division of Simona would likely have to look at a new facility, maybe through acquisition or just through organic growth. But that's probably our next step. Is we've put as much into this building as we possibly can. So it'll probably be looking to grow beyond that in the next 20 years.
It's all very impressive, and we certainly invest your community partnership and your investment in Findlay and the Hancock County area. If people want to learn more about Simona, maybe they're interested in jobs that are available, or just want to learn a little bit more about what you do, what's the best way to get started there?
Well, I would direct you to our website, which is Simona-PMC.com. We're also on LinkedIn and some of the other social media sites. So reach out. We're here in the Tall Timbers Industrial Park as well. If there are some interested job applicants, they can come in off the street and hand them an application and start the conversation.
Very good. Eric, we appreciate your time this afternoon. No, it's been a busy year for you, and it's good to talk to you, and we appreciate you being chamber members for the last 5 years.
Well, thank you, Doug. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. For Eric, I'm Doug. That'll do it for us today. Have a great afternoon. We'll see you next time.